Hey guys, it's James Schwartz again, and I have a Minotaur replay that I've been meaning to feature for a while here. This wasn't played too long ago, maybe less than a week ago, but I wanted to show it because it's pretty exciting, and it's a very close game. I've been playing the Minotaur quite frequently lately, and I am glad because I used to really hate the ship when I first got it, and that hate was kind of unwarranted. I guess I just thought that the ship gets deleted and it can't do much unless it's hiding in smoke. But I was very wrong. I mean, I wasn't wrong about the getting deleted part. Don't get me wrong. If you are just sailing around in the open and firing the entire game, you're going to get deleted because literally you have no armor. So anyhow, but the point that I didn't understand was that intelligent use of islands is a key part of Minotaur gameplay, and that's something I hadn't learned, and I'm kind of getting the hang of that now. Maybe almost enough to do radar minnow in the future. But this game, I have smoke Minotaur. This is the special commander for the British line, so I've got that extra big smoke screen and the special jack of all trades. But other than that, it's a pretty standard build. I'm running double rudder shift instead of the concealment module because 10.1 is still very good. You can't technically stealth tor, but you know what? It's not a big deal to me. I mean, you want to get use of these torps in other ways. Maybe if people are kiting, pushing into you and you're kiting, then you can use them, or using them around islands. Anyway, let's get to the game. We have a Des Moines and Alaska on this flank for radar on the enemy team. So we're just gonna start opening up on the Alaska. He's giving us side. And why not? We can start getting some damage. Just gonna keep an eye on the Des Moines and Alaska's position throughout this game and make sure that we don't smoke up inside the radar range, and better yet, try not to smoke up in the open, because you can get blind fired pretty easily in this ship too. Looks like there's a little hiccup in the replay file there, so you'll have to forgive me for that. There's not anything I can do about that. So anyway, our Fletcher dipped his nose into sea cap and then turned out. I don't know if he got radared or if he just decided to leave. Anyhow, their battleships aren't being too aggressive yet. They're still kind of back. And I'm just trying to use island cover here and get some damage. I am located, which I assume is the enemy destroyer. That was just north of C. And we're gonna run ourselves aground here. I guess I was worried about shots coming in from over top the rock when I was spotted, but it seems the Yamato is not interested in me. And I'm not sure if those are HE shells from the Yamato, but I hope not. See some torps coming in from the destroyer that was just north of C. And there is some shells coming in from that smoke screen that I believe are from the Des Moines, and I noticed that. And when I got spotted here briefly, I was very concerned because I thought if the Des Moines saw me, I was inside his radar range, so he would just immediately radar and have me broadside. But he didn't, and I think I'm not sure if he wasn't paying attention or if, he just knew, oh, I'm going behind this rock, so I'm not going to have a shot anyway. Anyway, I was kind of concerned there. Now we see the lion pop up, which we hadn't seen since the start of the match. So we're just going to try and farm him a bit. I don't think he's running camo, and I can't quite tell from this view. I don't think he has flags either. Yeah, you guys know you shouldn't be doing that. You always got to run camo and flags just to maximize, the benefits that they give. Yeah, so Des Moines is running away, I think in response to the aggressive positioning of our Yamato. Is that a Yamato? No, Montana, sorry. aggressive positioning of the Montana and the Jean Bar on the 10 line, having crossfires on his rock perhaps. So he's getting out of dodge and kiting away, trying to put some pressure on him to leave, because we don't like radar ships in the Minotaur. And the Shimakaze was spotted just a square north of us here, and I think that's what's spotting us through the small slit in the rock perhaps, or either that or the rock doesn't cover us from the Des Moines detection. And things are going interestingly in this match so far. We still don't have a cap, although I think an Ibuki right now is capping A, so we'll have that. And the enemy has B cap, and 2 destroyers are moving down. It looks toward the carrier, so I sort of ping that to get the carrier's attention in case they try and get behind us, and that would be pretty bad for our team there. Don't want the CV getting deleted or the DDs getting behind us at sea. So we pop Hydro because we know the Shima's nearby, and we spot a rack of torpedoes here, and we're gonna get spotted by this lion here, but he just fires at a different target. He wasn't paying attention, so I think we ended up being okay as a result. I got a little too close to him. I knew he was running away, so I thought I could get away with following to this rock without being spotted, but anyhow, it looks like he has a front turret destroyed as well, which will be advantageous to us. And we're going to get some more damage on him, and just move up to the next rock for better firing angles as the enemy makes a counter push south into sea. And I think this counter push happens as a result of the 2 destroyers positioned in Gulf 6 there. And that sort of makes the team respond to go protect the carrier, and so they move south a bit, and as a result, enemy team pushes down through sea. Now, here we've got a couple more hiccups in the replay, and I'm not sure why that happens, but anyway, we're just going to start farming the broadside of this SE Yamato, mind you, Survivability Expert Yamato. Whenever you see one over 100,000 HP, that's a well done, because they've used Survivability Expert on a battleship. And we're going to get pretty darn good damage on this from our position here. And we've smoked up so we're not detected, and we're behind a rock from the Yami, who is firing HE, which is another cardinal sin in the Yamato, because that thing overmatches all kinds of ships, and I don't need to explain why you shouldn't fire HE in a Yamato, but anyway, as we're doing this, we're keeping an eye on the minimap to make sure that Des Moines does not get within 10 kilometers, and the thing with the Minotaur that's kind of handy is your torpedo range is the same as the Des Moines radar range, so if he's inside your torp range, he's inside radar range as well, so that's a nice indicator, so you don't have to keep looking over to the Des Moines and see what distance he's at. So the Yami is kind of getting too close to really farm him appropriately, so we're gonna start looking at the Des Moines, and hopefully maybe we can get some damage on him so that he stays back. But it looks like he's kind of moving forward here, and that he will soon be in our radar range, or we will soon be in his radar range, so just going to keep most of the ship behind the rock. And I've blocked out chat here because there was something that the enemy destroyer said that I really didn't want you guys to have to see, and it was actually unrelated to our play. It was something that happened on the other side of the map, I guess, but anyway, we're being radared by the Des Moines as expected. We just moved behind a rock, but the Jean Bar finishes him off anyhow. So, my thought now was just to move to this next rock, and I should be not detected unless the Iowa gets too close, but I noticed I got detected at 10.2, and oh man, there's a Shima right here. We hadn't seen him in a while, and there he is. Anyhow, we're just going to get this guy off the face of the earth, and we know he's firing torps, so we're going to start turning in and turn on that hydro just to make sure we don't hit anything. But now we're spotted in front of an Iowa and Alaska, So I'd try to smoke up to disengage immediately, even though they're moving behind a rock, because this thing gets blapped easily. And the Iowa gets the rear turret off, and I think he blind fires. I'm not entirely sure. Even still, just one shell through the bow like that. 13,500. So that's the Minotaur for you. You make a mistake and you'll get punished. But that's part of what makes this ship fun, because you really have to be paying attention. Anyhow, we know the Iowa is there. We know the lion is, well, he's just been spotted again, right there, and I was a bit worried here. I'm firing torps at the Iowa now, or the lion now. I didn't know he was coming this way. He hadn't been spotted for a while, so I didn't. I was thinking maybe I should reverse into smoke, but I got plane detected and just decided, okay, it's time to go to this rock because we don't want to sit here broadside to anything. And we're just going to fire on the lion because we're already spotted, and he's inside our detection range, but he's shooting HE over at something else on the flank, and we're just going to try and get in cover. At the same time, the Yamato comes out and is still pushing forward, but he's very focused on the target in front of him. So we're just going to use this time to just chunk him with AP while he's not paying attention to us. So he finishes off the Amagi really quickly here, but I know I've got time because he's reloading and his turrets will take forever to traverse, so I just have to keep shooting him until he goes down and hope that I can kill him before he gets another shot on me. And the Minotaur does really excellent damage on broadside battleships, and, well, broadside targets in general. So I think we're going to be able to kill him before he gets a shot off. And now we have the problem of the Alaska, which, I think he's discouraged from pushing right now by our friendly Jean Bar. So he's going to turn north, but he's still inside my, he could still radar me at any moment, which is why I'm slightly concerned. I'm going to pop a heal now because in the Minotaur sometimes you may not get the maximum usage out of your heal, but you still want that health in reserve in case something happens where, you get in a situation where you're going to get blapped and you need that extra health and you want to have another heal ready. Minotaur heals more citadel damage than normal as well, so that's why that's important. Firing more torps at the lion in case he continues south here. And the Iowa was last spotted seemingly heading east and northeast to our position, which I genuinely thought that this guy was going around the north side of the rock to engage the Jean Bar. And so I'm just preparing for the lion to come out, and as soon as I get spotted by the lion, I'm going to smoke up and farm him, or at the very least disengage, because I don't want to get blapped, and there's nothing here but me and the Jean Bar. So yeah, I'm just waiting for the lion to spot me, and Jean Bar's still engaging the Alaska, and there's the lion. We missed our torps, but now we're detected by the Iowa, and the Iowa has rushed us. I needed my brown pants here because I thought the Iowa was going the other way, but he's rushing us, so we're going to get our torps off on him, and we're going to kill him because, reasons, these torps, you can't miss them at this range. So now we're forced to engage the lion. We're spotted, and we got our heal off, and we're just going to pepper his broadside with AP, and we're hoping, torps aren't ready on that side yet, but I was hoping to use them. And we've noticed that the turret indeed is destroyed in the front, so he only has 2 turrets. He's firing HE, although I'm pretty sure since he's British, his HE overmatches me anyway. But I put out 2 fires, and now he's set another one on me with the next salvo, and we're just pumping these shells, and as soon as these torps are ready, we're sending them, because with any moment we could die here. And we're just going to try and kill him here. I think he's using a super heal, or he started to use a super heal. And we're going to go down to this guy, but we're not going to let him get away because of those torps. So we go down, but I think we're going to get a just a flesh wound here, and so all that happened very, very quickly. I cannot keep up with that in my commentary, but that was insane. I was almost, my heart was racing when that happened. I was very excited, and that was a really fun engagement. That's the sort of thing that that the Minotaur, it's fun. That's what gets me about this ship. So anyway, let's look at the situation. We had two caps to their one, but something's capping A, and it's not the Alaska, and it's not the Alabama, so it's got to be the Midway. So Midway's capping A. Jean Bar has to kill the Alaska, and then he has to go to B to help out with that battleship. Now, our carrier is... He should have no problem with this Alabama. A Midway 1v1ing a Tier 8 battleship. That's no contest. So, that's a good thing. But the Jean Bar could conceivably lose to an Alaska if he doesn't play it right, because the Alaska has that same bow armor as the Des Moines, the Buffalo. The Jean Bar cannot overmatch that. So if this guy doesn't realize it and he spams AP at that guy's nose or something, he could lose the engagement to the Alaska still. So that's up in the air. You can't always trust random teammates. So me saying that the Midway should beat the Alabama 1v1 is just, it could mean nothing if the Midway doesn't know what he's doing. But I'm excited at this point, and I really want us to win. So I'm just typing off in chat. I'm trying to give this guy some encouragement, tell him, you can kill this guy. And I also really didn't want the Jean Bar to ram, because that's unfavorable as well, considering the health point advantage, and that would not be a good thing here. We need all the ships alive that we can get, because at that point it'd just be almost a draw, because, well, it wouldn't be a draw, it'd be a loss, I think, but the point is, it would not be smart. So anyway, Jean Bar manages to kill the Alaska, no problem. Enemy Midway is sending torps on the Jean Bar, and he's quite low, but he's repaired the floods and fires, and I'm just telling him, get towards B. I don't think there's really enough time for him to get there and cap. Maybe in the moment I was considering that, but what I really think is he just needs to get there to support the fight on the Alabama and make sure he goes down quickly. And, he could, maybe try and get into B to stop some points. But anyway, our CV is rushing these torp drops, and he's only hit one on the bow there. And with the Midway, you really have to line up those drops. You got to start them from 7 kilometers or so, because it takes a while to converge, and you'll see, the kind of spread that he gets. That was a better spread when he started from farther away. Maybe that first one was just sort of to try and initiate a cross drop, make him turn. So he's hit some torps there. Don't know exactly if that was a flood or not. We can't see him anymore. The Jean Bar is still heading south, and I'm encouraging him to go to B, and I think he's making a good move going on that side, because the Midway can't torpedo bomb him from that side, the enemy Midway. But he has his dive bombers out anyway, so I guess that doesn't matter. And we notice that the Alaska is flooding, or the Alabama is flooding, excuse me. Midway's got the rockets out. I don't know if he's using Tiny Tims or not. I'll have to see. Alabama has a fighter plane up, and the Midway has dropped fighters on the Alabama. So hopefully we can get some strikes in here. And I think that was a Tiny Tim based on the damage it did. And he set a fire, and he's done significant damage. Lost a lot of planes to the double fighter plane protection, but he's just going to have to go in and strike him, or at least spot him for the Jean Bar. Jean Bar is now peeking his nose through the gap in the islands, getting struck by the Midway dive bombers. Alabama is low. We're only a little over a minute remaining. Jean Bar gets chunked by the dive bombers, and he doesn't quite finish this Alabama. He's about 800 some HP, and the Midway comes down for the second strike. Alabama fires, and this is tense. Like, this is close. Midway comes down, deletes the Jean Bar in the same stroke that he misses the Alabama with those shells. And I'm thinking this game is over if the Midway, because we're down on points, we're down on caps. Oh, we're not down on points yet, but they'll overcome the point differential with the 2 caps. And the Alabama gets his heel off now. And the Midway torp bombers don't have a great alpha, but they can cause floods. And that one caused a flood right there. It did. That one torp that hit him. And then the planes got shot down. I'm sitting here thinking, there's no way this is happening right now. I've had an excellent game. this was exciting, this was close, we could win this, and I think we lose, you know. I can't tell if he's going to flood out or not, and there's 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, nothing, 0 seconds. He dies. He floods out. I didn't even notice. I was sitting there thinking we lost. Anyhow, this was exciting game. Really remarkable. 256k, 4 kills, 2 floods, 7 torpits. We got all kinds of achievements here. 2620 base XP. And, you know, the Jean Bart did well. I can't say anything bad about him. Killed that Alaska. He may have missed that shot, but everybody misses a shot once in a while. Yamato did 90k to him. And anyhow, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed playing it, and I appreciate you guys taking a look.